Welcome back. You are with the news today. Now, the worst of the second wave of COVID seems to be over across the country, but there is one part of the country which remains a big concern. The weekly positivity rate across India is down to 2%, but areas in the northeast now have a positivity rate of over 80%. Is the northeast now the new epicenter of COVID? Sneha Mordani has this report.
COVID-19 is surging in northeastern India. The 7 states of the northeast account for over 62% of the 77 high positivity districts in the country at present, reveals data accessed by India Today. Districts having more than 10% positivity are identified as districts of concern. This means 10 in every 100 persons tested for COVID-19 are positive for the infection. Arunachal Pradesh has 19 such districts. The number of such districts in Manipur is 8, followed by 7 in Meghalaya, 4 each in Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura, and 2 in Assam. In all, Northeast has 48 districts of concern. East Caming in Arunachal Pradesh is reporting the highest test positivity ratio in India at 86.67%. Changlang has a positivity rate of 80.61%. The Union Health Ministry has already deployed multidisciplinary teams to some of these states in the northeastern part of the country. The Health Secretary has also written to these states asking to up their game as far as handling the situation is concerned. The central teams will be looking into COVID management, hospital facilities and also testing facilities.
हमने रिक्वेस्ट की है कि ऐसे जिले आइडेंटिफाई किए जाएं जहां पर अभी भी वीकली लेवल पर केस पॉजिटिविटी 10% से ज्यादा है.
We are encouraging them to do more testing because the problem there is heavy rains going on there, and so we have to ensure that testing continues on a rapid scale in that areas.
The Ministry of Home Affairs is also stepping in, taking a review meeting of the situation of the alarming increase in positivity rates in several parts of northeastern India. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.
Joining me now is Dr. Achyut Boysia. He's Principal Guwahati Medical College and the Chief Superintendent there at the hospital. Appreciate your joining us, sir. What explains this sudden rise in the number of cases and the positivity rate in the northeast? Is it simply following what we've seen in the past, that as some parts of the country witnessed the first surge during the second wave, the northeast was protected, now northeast is under the scanner?
Yeah, good evening, this point is that Assam also, there's almost 69% of the population of the northeast in Assam. And considering that, if we see the Assam situation, in a month of the March, we had got only 875 cases. So hardly we got around and the total positivity in during the month of March was only 0.023%. So if we see the positivity and total test during that month, it was hardly 14,000, 15,000 like that. And positivity was hovering around 0.4, 0.3, 0.56 like that. And overall for the whole month, even sometime it went to the 0.14 also, 0.11 also. But at the end of the month of March, we got around 875 cases and the positivity was on only 0.23, below 0.5,
Right.
0.25. But at that time, the death also was very low. Only 13 deaths were recorded from the COVID. And
No, but that was in March. Why is it now? So you're saying that Assam was relatively protected in the month of March, April.
Yeah, but suddenly, the cases in the month of this April, it got started, and positivity immediately shoot up from 1% from 8th of the April. And at the end of the April itself, the positivity went to 4.43 in Assam. And overall, it was total 34,000 cases recorded in Assam and 202 deaths reported in the month of the April. But the situation was like this: in the end of the April itself, the total number of the cases was 3,197 in the last day of the April, which we are getting in the first wave of Assam. First wave of Assam, highest number of the cases were 71,000 in the month of the September. And at that month of the September, we got the cases around 3,000 was the highest, 3,300, 3,200 if the cases are there, that's the highest peak on that particular day. But
No, but what I am asking you, sir, today, let's be clear. Arunachal Pradesh has now 86.67% positivity rate. We are finding Manipur has 8 districts where the positivity rate is over 10%, 7 in Meghalaya, 4 in Nagaland, 4 in Sikkim, 2 in Assam, and 4 again in Tripura. So clearly the Northeast, which we thought was relatively protected, is now facing the COVID wave.
And this protected, this as such, in Assam, not a single district is protected. Today, this SOP, new SOP has been declared in Assam. 7 districts has been given total lockdown. That means the positivity were increasing. And in this, this particularly in this week itself, in the middle of the June, Assam got some reprieve. That means the positivity went around 1.5, 1.6.
Right.
But again, it started from the 19th of the, particularly this, if we see, again from the 24th of the April, this June, thus it is again in Assam. It started.
So you're saying that over the last couple of weeks we are seeing this surge clearly at the moment, therefore, and I'm told that the Health Ministry has called a meeting tomorrow of health officials from Northeast to look at these numbers carefully. I appreciate your joining us there, Dr. Baishya, and giving us a sense of what is likely to happen. Assam clearly a worry, indeed the entire Northeast a worry now in this COVID rush. Now the other worry are the hill stations, because that is where a number of people who want to beat the heat, particularly from North India, are heading towards. Himachal Pradesh is now a focus, because as thousands of tourists go to hill stations across Himachal Pradesh, the fear is the overcrowding could result in a revival of COVID. Here's today's ground report.
It is an invitation to the third wave. Tourists are thronging the hill stations in the north. They have said no to distancing and no to masks. All they seem to want is some reprieve from the heat and the pandemic blues.
भीड़ से दूर रहने का समय निकल गया, अब आप घूमने फिरने आओ, नज़ारे लो जिंदगी के।
कोरोना का डर तो है, लेकिन घर में हम बहुत बोर हो चुके हैं बैठ बैठ के, इसलिए तो थोड़ी आउटिंग करने का मन हुआ, इसलिए निकले हैं।
दिल्ली हुई या आसपास कहीं पे भी हो, लोग ना फ्रस्ट्रेट हो चुके हैं, उनको निकलना है बाहर। और हम खुद इतने फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए थे दिल्ली में रह कि कोरोना की वजह से, लॉकडाउन की वजह से, तो एक ब्रेक चाहिए था।
Hotels are fully booked. Tourists are forced to sleep in their cars at parking lots. The mad rush to the hills has caught the government's attention.
क्लियरली दिख रहा है कि एक स्थाई पर, जिसे एक टर्म भी बोली गई है, रिवेंज ट्रैवल, कि लोग जो घर में बैठे थे, जो रेस्ट्रिक्शन का समय था, अगर रेस्ट्रिक्शंस खोल दी गई तो वायरस खत्म हो गया है। यह ऐसा एक माहौल क्रिएट करेगा जिसमें अब तक जो गेन इन टर्म्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट ऑफ कोविड जो हमने लिए हैं, वह फिर से नलीफाई हो सकते हैं, वह फिर से हम उसको भूल के फिर हमें एक और चैलेंज का सामना करना पड़ सकता है।
Raising alarm bells over the frightening situation in the hills, the Union Health Ministry has taken up the matter with Himachal Pradesh government, sources tells India Today.
Thousands of tourists are staying in Manali, and on weekends, the tourists from the neighboring Punjab, Haryana and other states join, and they struggle to find out accommodation in the hotels. Parkings are full and hour-long traffic jams are being witnessed. So this is the situation here at Manali.
The rush, however, has brought some cheer to the tourism industry. But even hotel owners acknowledge the risk of flouting norms.
See, we as hoteliers, we are always requesting people to wear masks. In fact, we don't allow anyone without mask to enter our hotels. And tourists who are not carrying masks, we give them masks when they go to the hotel. And we always request them whenever they go out, when they are on the mall or anywhere else, to wear the mask at all times. Despite that, we see, yes, some tourists we see, they are not wearing masks. And I think they should be dealt with strictly.
As daily cases dip, the urge to beat the pandemic fatigue is real. But with a bulk of India's population largely unvaccinated, the risk runs high. And to all the COVIDiots, the pandemic is far from over.
Now administration is in a fix. They don't want to curtail the economic benefit which tourists are bringing to the states like of Uttarakhand and Himachal, but they also fear if people continue to flout all the COVID norms, is this an invitation to the third wave? This is Aishwarya Paliwal reporting for India Today from Nainital with camera person Parminder Sharma.
Let's then turn to our good news today story. This comes from the Nilgiris, where citizens have crowd-funded 6 unique ambulances customized for the hilly terrain and narrow roads. Take a look.
Ambulance on 3 wheels. A cafe owner in Coonoor has crowd-funded 6 auto rickshaws that have been converted into ambulances. The initiative aims to help tribal families who suffer due to non-availability of ambulances.
இது வந்து நம்ம ஊருக்கு ரொம்ப கன்வீனியண்ட்டாக இருக்கும் பேஷண்ட் மூவ்மெண்ட்க்கு சின்ன ரோட்ஸ்லலாம் இது ஈஸியாக போகும் மனூவர் பண்ண முடியும் நான் கிரிட்டிக்கல் பேஷண்ட்ஸ்க்கு இது ரொம்பவே யூஸ்ஃபுல் நம்ம கோவிட்க்கு கூட யூஸ் பண்ணலாம் ஏன்னா டிரைவர்ஸ் கேபின் இது செப்பரேட்டாக இருக்குது.
The auto ambulances have stretchers for patients, seats for the attenders and oxygen cylinders. Each vehicle costs 3.5 lakh rupees.
இந்த ஆம்புரெக்ஸ்னு ஆம்புலன்சஸ் ஆட்டோ ஆம்புலன்சஸ் நாங்கள் பண்ணி ஜபல்பூரில் ஃபேப்ரிகேட் பண்ணி இங்கே கொண்டு வந்திருக்கோம். இங்கே வந்து த்ரூ அவுட் த டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் நாங்கள் இது டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ண போகிறோம், ஃப்ரீயாக கொடுக்க போகிறோம்.
Radhika and her cafe's patrons contributed around 21 lakh rupees for the ambulances. With Akshanath in Coonoor, Bureau Report, India Today.
Good to see crowdfunding being used to a really good cause there. Our images today, and we have 2. Our first image, India bid farewell, or Mumbai certainly did, to activist Stan Swamy. His funeral service was held at the St. Peter's Church in Mumbai. His family could only watch his farewell online because of COVID restrictions. There have been tributes pouring to him from across India and the world because Stan Swamy was, in a way, an activist who was dubbed by his critics as a Maoist, although the evidence was almost negligible.
Surrender, stand back to the Lord. I request him to again walk with Stan.
Our second image of the day is of the Holiness Dalai Lama, who turns 86 today. On his birthday, he posted a message of compassion, harmony, as well as jokes about his handsome face. There is only one Dalai Lama. He's our image of the day. Take a look. Good night. Goodbye.
Many people actually, they say, loves my smile. In spite of my old age, my face quite handsome. I really appreciate the Indian sort of concept, secular, without religion, but keep honest, karuna and ahimsa. Dear my friend, on my birthday, this is my gift.